Okay, my main goal in this video is to focus on some of the deeper functionalities with the insurance panel interactions on the patient profile screen of a patient record. We'll also briefly look at the contact info section that has some similar functionalities. All of these functionalities are built very intentionally to help increase the efficiency with which we can gather data from patients, whether that's on a phone call with the patient or in the office with the patient. To make the process as smooth and efficient with regards to gathering that information in a very accurate manner. So within the insurance panel itself, we've looked at some of this functionality before, but I can confirm this medical insurance section to be complete by clicking this eye icon, and then the system shows me a timestamp for the last time that was um, confirmed complete. There's a review history interaction at the top right menu that I can see previous policies that have been entered, inactivated, deleted. I can create a new policy. I can edit the current policy. And I can also choose to copy a policy or move a policy if a policy was entered incorrectly into the medical section, but it's technically a dental policy, etc. The copy policy interaction is for those situations where sometimes the medical and dental policies are technically the same policy. Instead of duplicating that information or the entry of that information, we can just copy the policy. I'm now going to move down to the dental section and we'll look at the new policy creation interaction. I can add card photos to this policy, similar to the driver's license interaction. Those can be scanned in and uploaded, which is what I'm doing here. But if I'm using a device that has a camera, when I click this add or upload button, the system will allow me to take a quick photo of those cards and enter those in. So I can then enter necessary data for this policy. And then when we get down to this subscriber section, that's where we see some of the functionality that allows us to make data entry very quick. So if the patient themselves is the subscriber, I can click this button. All of their information is populated aside from employer, since we don't know that yet. And then I click save and I'm done. But let's say the patient is not the subscriber, and in this case his wife is the subscriber, which we've already entered as the subscriber on the medical policy as well. You can also choose to copy subscriber information from one policy to the next. So if the policy shares a subscriber with that medical policy, instead of re-entering all that information, I can simply copy it, save it, and we're done. Now I'm going to go to one of this patient's dependents. In this case, we'll go to girls chart, and we'll look at some of the functionalities here with family sharing of data. So in this case, let's say we've just created this new account for girl, and we want to enter contact information for the dependent or the minor record. Instead of retyping everything, if we've got family in the system, we're going to see this family share icon on the contact information panel. By selecting that, I can verify that the patient shares these two data points, and I can copy those over instead of manually entering those, and boom, I'm done. That same functionality is available in the insurance interaction. So again, in this case, we see a family share icon. And let's say girl is covered by this same medical policy that both John and boy are covered by. I can select that. All of that information is copied over, confirm it, and done. And then same thing here for dental. We've got two separate policies for this family in this case. So John's covered by this policy, boy's covered by this policy. Let's say girl shares the policy with boy. Copy it in, done. And then on vision, we'll look at a different, we won't enter all this information as that's the same, but the other functionality available on a minor chart has the same copy subscriber information that we saw on the adult record, but there's also this select guardian as a subscriber. So in this case, this dependent is connected to two different guardians. And let's say John's actually the subscriber on this policy. I can select John, select his relationship, enter his employer, and boom, I've got the subscriber information for that policy on the vision side. It makes collecting data, again, very fast, very efficient, and very accurate. And then last thing we've talked about, but we'll kind of look a little more in depth. At this top right, I've entered and removed a couple of different policies for dental and John. If I click that review history, again, I can see the entire history of dental policies on this patient's chart. I can see some were inactivated. I could technically reset those as active if that inactivation was an error. I've seen some have been deleted. Same thing, I can reactivate them if that was an error. And then at the top, we see the one current active policy. On any of those, I can expand the panel to get details of that particular policy before it was inactivated or deleted. And that covers some of the more in-depth functionalities within the insurance panels and the contact info panels. The ability to copy information from policy to policy, but also from family member to family member to make that process very, very slick and very, very easy. Thank you.